I'm talking to John Knorr, CEO and founder of SIS Business Systems, during a series of interviews about Uglii systems. And today we're talking about Uglii for credit cards and e-commerce. John, I know you're excited about Uglii for credit cards as partners and clients. Let's start with Uglii for credit card clients.
We are excited about credit card systems for both purposes, as clients and as partners. In terms of clients, what our system can do is display a comprehensive directory of merchants of a credit card in our economy, and that's very, very important for card users. They like to be able to find the appropriate business through which they want to buy the product or service that they're looking for. That may be particularly important for businesses that have arrangements internally that their representatives use a particular credit card when they're on the go, so that it makes accounting easier and so on. So that's really quite a matter of convenience. Sure. for those sort of people. So our system can do that. Our systems can do that fairly easily for a credit card system, because what we're doing is allowing the credit card system to credential businesses that are registered in our ordinary basic system. So what they're doing is not having to manage a database, but they are simply adding a credential that says this business is a merchant of ours. Right. Therefore, you're safe to go there and use your credit card. Sure. So that's a nice service, and it's much better than having a business say, look, we take such and such a credit card, and of course they can all lie. Yes. And they frequently do that, particularly in relation to one credit card. Because it brings people in, then they try to convert them to cash or another credit card process. Okay. So what we're doing there is shifting control back to the credit card system.
And it's verifying it, basically.
It's verifying it, and it's giving the card holder the confidence that that information is right. Yes. And also giving the merchant the satisfaction of knowing that the credit card system is promoting their business as a merchant. So it's powerful relationship building between the credit card system and the business that is its merchant. So that's very good too. So our systems can do that, which is fairly fundamental for business and for the credit card systems. Yes. It can also, when we get into our more sophisticated processes of search, if a business is or a user is doing a search, they can qualify their search by saying, look, I'm just searching in the economy, but I want to use such and such a credit card, and I only want to pay by that process, and in which case only the credit cards, the merchants that are merchants of that credit card are going to be pulled up in the search results. Right, so it's that easy to refine. To find, yeah, it's very easy. Okay. Now, that process goes a lot further, because our systems are much more powerful than that, and they go further. So in where we're talking about B2B marketplace systems, a business can say, well, look, I only want to use ABC credit card, and I only want to receive offers from merchants of ABC credit card. Now, that's powerful, because it's just going to filter out all the other players. Right. So it's important for businesses to be merchants of ABC credit card, because if they aren't a merchant, a credential merchant of ABC credit cards, they're not going to have a chance of getting that business through that person who's qualified their request for offer by that process. So these processes are powerful for credit card systems. Sure. Yeah. Applicable for loyalty systems and related services too. So we're not just talking about credit card systems. Okay. Any form of e-commerce system.
So that's as clients?
Yeah, that's as clients.
Is there any further information in regard to that we need to find out about?
There's stacks of information and benefits for credit card systems coming into our system, and ways of promulgating their systems out to businesses are much easier, and we've got some very sophisticated services that can actually tell a credit card system which businesses in the economy should be the next businesses that they should be talking about coming on as a client of theirs. Right. Because we can tell through our search processes which business in the economy has missed out on business because they're not a merchant of that credit card.
That's very powerful.
It's very powerful. So it cuts away at the costs of of marketing by the merchant divisions of credit card systems.
Absolutely,
and tells them with real accuracy, these are the businesses that are missing out on business because they're not your merchants.
Right.
And we can even tell the business directly if we have an arrangement with the credit card system. So we can say to them, look, listen, Joe, your business is missing out, and here is the evidence to show you why your business is missing out, because you're not taking that particular credit card.
So it gives you the absolute proof of information.
It's quite empirical. It's not like being sold something, an idea from a credit card salesman. This is just documentary evidence that we can provide to that business and say to it, look, you should be using this credit card system because you're missing out on all this business. And here's the evidence.
Yes.
Okay, look at the evidence.
Okay, so we've established that the benefits there. Now, what about as a
there's
lots
of other ones too. I might add.
Oh, shall we go into that?
No, we won't go.
Okay. So tell us about how credit cards can benefit from being a partner with Uglii.
In the Uglii Coalition, yeah.
Yes.
Joe, credit card systems can push our systems out to businesses that are its merchants, and that's a fairly easy process for them, because nowadays businesses come onto the credit card system's website, so it's an easy thing to do. And the credit card system can make money, commissions out of our system when a business buys a service from our system where that business has registered through the credit card system. So that's a fairly straightforward commission arrangement. Merchants of credit card systems tend to be a little bit more advanced than the average business in the economy.
Yes.
So they're a fairly easy business to get signed up into the system, and they generally understand and appreciate the chance of using our system, because what our system is initially doing is offering them benefits for free. So the credit card can build a relationship by saying to its merchants, hey, look, come into the system and you can get free discovery, and you can get free benefits of being able to request offers in our e-commerce system.
Are we specifically talking about business merchants, not individual consumers?
There are actually benefits for consumers coming in too. So cardholders can be brought into the system, and the credit card system can make money out of the fact that cardholders...
even though it's costing the cardholder nothing.
It's costing the cardholder nothing, business pay.
Sounds like magic to me.
Yes, well, it's good. Our main focus at the moment is bringing businesses in, because they're the ones that we need in the system to build critical mass.
Sure.
And
they'll spend the money.
And they'll spend the money. Now, initially they don't have to spend any money. They can come into the system, get free benefits, and we know from our test marketing over the years, we've done a lot of test marketing, that business appreciate that. And I think all credit card systems need to strengthen the relationship between the businesses that are their merchants and themselves. So
sure. So this is something that they can offer.
They can offer
free.
free. It's free, and they're going to get benefits, and those benefits are visual. They can see their business on our mapping processes. So it's a very visual reward.
So it helps cement relationships.
It helps cement relationships. Okay, and that of course helps businesses appreciate the benefits that a credit card system is bringing to them.
Now, can these credit card system companies widen their network and potentially offer registration to businesses that don't use their credit card?
Yeah, absolutely. They can use this tool as a way of expanding their relationships to businesses that aren't
and if you're offering a free service. That's
right. And it might be a business that a card holder, a card user may own a business and not be a merchant of the credit card. So this is a powerful thing for building new relationships for the credit card system. And it costs nothing. It costs the credit card system nothing, it costs the business nothing. And the business is getting the feeling that the credit card system is trying to build the business, business for them. That's what the whole thing's about. A credit card system makes more money if the business makes more money. So it's a symbiotic relationship.
And a win-win.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
So it's a nice notion that somebody would really care about my business to try and increase my revenues as well as make some money out of me. So that's a nice thing.
So businesses register for free, then obviously there's a number of services that they can purchase within the system, which is where the revenue then goes on as a commission to the credit card company.
Yeah.
Okay, how do the businesses find out about these services? Do the credit card company have to sell them?
No, they don't. When a business registers in the system, it's given a login to a control panel, and the system generates a control panel customised for that business.
Right.
And in that system, the system will present to that business the services that it thinks may be appropriate for that business.
Is this automated?
It's all totally automated.
Okay.
And it warns it away from the services that are not relevant to that business.
Right.
So when a business registers, we know the system knows a fair bit of information about that business.
Just through its registration
process? Through the registration process.
Right.
It's information the business is given to our system.
Yes.
Okay, and it then knows what's happening in the system, so it's capable of interpreting what should be the next services that business is going to need. So there's no hard sell. In fact, for most of the 46 services in the system is saying, don't buy this service, it's not for you, not for you, not for you.
Right.
So we know that businesses like that. They like that sort of soft sell approach, so they're more inclined to try out and buy the services that we are saying is appropriate for them.
Well, and also I think the beauty is that it's not the credit card company selling these services. The credit card company have offered them to register for free.
Yep.
That's it. That's all they have to do.
Now, the credit card company has got some other benefits though in this. If they've come in as what we call a national partner, then the system will allow them to present offers to the business that's registered under them. Now that may be a merchant.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Now in the case of a merchant, the credit card system might want to suggest to that merchant that it become a corporate card holder, for example.
Right.
Okay. Great benefit to both parties.
Sure.
Or if that business is not a merchant of the credit card system, it may want to suggest to that business that become a merchant of the credit card system.
Right. Yep.
Right. And going back to that service that we talked about before, where the system can actually provide some documented evidence to that business of why it should be a merchant of that credit card system. So it's a very powerful system for the credit card system to grow its relationship with businesses, but also to grow its basic credit card merchant business through the system.
Right.
Now, there's other possibility that a credit card system can bring in, say, a bank, and that's particularly useful where a credit card system, say, not that well established in an economy. It can choose a bank that it has a relationship with or another bank and set that bank up as a national partner, and then use the fact that the bank has relationships with businesses to derive some revenue, so it'll get commission out of making that arrangement, and it also then has the ability to say to that business, would you like to become a merchant of our thing, because we think you're mature enough to come into the system as a merchant.
Right.
So it's a painless and profitable way of the credit card system expanding its business.
Sure. And
businesses globally without any effort, any cost, because the bank's effectively
and receiving a steady revenue stream
from it too.
Okay.
Now we know that from our modelling, we've been modelling and testing our system for 9 or 10 years now, and we know from user business uptake of the system that businesses' expenditure in the system, though modest at first, will escalate over time. So our modelling suggests that over 5 years, the revenues of the parties are going to receive, the bank or the credit card system, are going to escalate by about 9 times over 5 years. So they'll go up by about 900% over the 5 years period. So,
is this with growth of each individual business that is spending money within the system, or is this with growth of registrations, or a mix of both?
No, it's only about the increased expenditure of businesses within the system.
Right.
Our modelling suggests that as a business gets more comfortable with the system, it'll spend more. It'll be fairly tentative in the first year, but as it understands the power of the system and the benefits delivering, it will go and spend a little bit more and more in the system. So that escalation is what we think is a fairly natural escalation, and that's got nothing to do with more businesses in the system. It's got to do with the behaviour of businesses within the system.
Yep.
Yeah, and they've got more services to play with as time goes on too. So there's not only the issue of confidence, but there's the issue of more available services that they can get some benefits from. Okay, so it's just natural growth.
So, and this is obviously an enduring revenue
Yeah.
I mean, every year that people...
Joe, we've watched the telco system in particular suffer from this concept of churn, where they're spending all their time trying to get back their old customers or win customers from the other guy, and all of those processes, and they're very expensive and wasteful in marketing effort. And we've made our system fairly sticky, so that if a business comes in and registers through, say, a credit card system, it's going to stay there. It's got no reason to shift, to deregister and go and register with somebody else.
Sure.
So that way, of course, that means that the revenue stream's an enduring revenue stream for that credit card system or the bank or whoever we're talking about in that relationship. So that, it's going to earn money from those processes on and on. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is there a way for a credit card system to calculate what it may be able to earn in commissions over years?
Look, we've done a lot of modelling for credit card systems, because credit card systems to us are pretty exciting.
Yeah.
They're not to most people, but they are to us. We think that they are systems that will really benefit from being in some sort of a partnership with us. So we've done a lot of modelling. And we can provide information to credit card systems of what they should do,
right,
and how successful they should be. And they've got the ability, of course, to use our systems in various sections or divisions of their business. So it might be that the credit card merchant relationship part of the business can be seen as an affiliate to promote our systems, or the card holder part of their business can talk to businesses that simply are, well, their owners are users of the credit card, and so forth. So there's ability for internal competition too,
right,
in terms of rolling out our systems, which we think is healthy for the credit card system.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So is there ability for credit card systems to bring in a third party as affiliates?
Yeah, they can do that. Now those affiliates, as I mentioned a minute ago, those affiliates may be their own divisions within their organisation, that's their website or their merchant division or whatever it may be. But yeah, they can turn around and say to industry organisations, for example, come into our system and we'll share the revenue with you that we make out of the system. And of course, what that's doing is allowing a business to come into the system, perhaps through that industry organisation.
Sure.
The credit card system's making some money out of the expenditure that business does on the system, and at the same time, of course, it's creating a new relationship for that credit card system. So if it's a rural organisation, for example, that's bringing farmers in, farmers mightn't think about credit cards that much, but in this case, they could very well benefit by having a corporate credit card for their farm.
So you've potentially got a lot of people looking at becoming national partners and affiliates. Whether you just mentioned farming organisations, there must be telcos, postal services, you're talking about credit cards.
Lots and lots of organisations.
There's only a limited number of businesses out there to be had. So is this a bit of a land grab?
This is very much a land grab, Joe. It's a business can only register once really in the system. No divisions of a business can register multiple times. But it's a land grab, and credit card systems can be part of that land grab if they want to be part of it, or they can step back and let the opportunity go by. We know that businesses like the systems, and we know that there's a hell of a lot of interest around the world in getting economies into the system, because it's not only about profits, it's also about economic development and benefits to the wider economy. And of course, people in developing economies, governments in developing economies, they're all very keen to see the best possible outcomes for their economy. So, by and large around the world, people are very excited about our systems, and credit cards can improve their status, of course, with both businesses and consumers by introducing them to the system as well. So, yeah, there's some political advantages in credit cards coming into the systems as well.
Right.
They can look good for the people that.
Well, it's got the networking aspect. They're offering something free to their customers. They're potentially got the opportunity to widen their customer base because they're offering something other that other credit card companies may not be. Then on top of that, they're going to get a continuous revenue stream that's
growing,
growing. There's no reason for them not to come on board. Now, this is a huge asset that they've got. Can they do anything with this asset? Can they sell part of it?
Well,
can they...
I don't know. They can. Technically, they can. There's the facilities in the system for them to sell various aspects of their business, and it's all online processes, so it doesn't involve any approval by us or anybody else. So those facilities are there. I wouldn't be encouraging anybody to sell their ugly revenue streams. No, this is something. This is a keeper. You know, this is stuff that you hang on to and let it grow and escalate both the revenue and the relationship with those businesses that have come in through that organisation.
All right, so they've got a steady revenue stream coming in. How do they monitor that? How can they...
Joe, they've got access 24 hours a day to the billing system to see what revenues they're entitled to and where they've come from. And in the case of, say, a credit card system that's there as a national partner, they can see the revenues that they're entitled to through the affiliates below them. So if they're using third-party affiliates, they can see that. There's a billing cycle of 14 days, so they have to wait 14 days to get the money, of course, and that's automatically paid to them. So but it's totally transparent. They can see that. They also got audit privileges, so they can come into the system and get, you know, be satisfied that the system's being fair to them.
Sure.
No trickery in there. And it's all very transparent.
All right. So if there are credit card systems that are watching this video, John, and they are interested in becoming a national partner or an affiliate, what do they do? Well,
they need to find what we call a global partner that wants them to come into the system, and they can go to the uglii.com website and check out the available national partner opportunities for them.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, John.
Thanks, Joe.